What is that? How you are using it? For editing of photos, reels, right? Is it right? Okay. So in olden days, what we used to do, if any photo we require means we go to photo studio and take a photo, do proper editings, and use it as and when it is, as and where it is required. And similarly, video also. Now, what the upgradation? Photo studios are down now, and mobile phones are in place. This is one type of change. If you go to the banking sector, so in banking, olden days, if you ask your parents or grandparents, they maintain one logbook kind of thing, like how much amount we have deposited into the bank account and what are all the transactions that we does on the same account, and every single thing is manually written. Later what has happened? The computers came into the picture, right? So it is one type of digitalization. Like in pharma industry, when I begin the career, there is no computer at all in our facility, entire facility, there is no computer. Even whatever the instructions, I don't want to speak in my professional language because you people may not understand. I'm just coming to your level and then I'm speaking. Okay. So if any instruction we need to pass, means we'll have to write and authorize and circulate. Even we don't have Xerox machine also. Later we have procured one stencil machine, and then it got migrated to means computers. Now in pharma industry, everything is digitalizing. In coming future, every single activity you will have to execute through AI only. AI, even now, current industry is the seniors, those who are having more than 15 years of experience, will face some sort of consequences with respect to their job because this AI interventions into the pharma industry. So I'm just going to give 3 or 4 slides on that particular topic, and then I'll explain you what kind of career opportunities that you will get if you complete the courses and all. Is it okay? Thank you. Is it visible? AI in pharma industry, B pharmacy and M pharmacy guide. Why this matters now? AI is reshaping pharmacy in India and globally, driving digital, automated and data-led care. What to focus on? Blend core pharma science with tech skills. If you read only your subject, you will get opportunity, but further growth will be challenged. Suppose if any of your competent student is known or familiar with these data acquisition skills, automation and decision support, he will be prioritized. Okay, so AI as a force multiplier. AI enhances drug discovery, quality control, pharmacovigilance, and patient care, expanding your impact. See, I think any drug before release, it has to go to the clinical trials in multiple phases. As and when the last phase, that is third phase comes, it will be trial on human. That the data of each and every dose that it is injected to a human, so will be physically tabulated. Now the AI will come. Once if you give the feed, it will give the precursors and postcursors that you need to execute. So for analysis of this particular data, let us suppose one particular trial if we need to do on a human, means around 12 to 13 members of staff is required for making a trend and identification of the pathway how this particular medicine is behaving. If the AI is introduced, it will be completed within 2 to 3 manpower. So it means there will be significant reduction of the manpower with AI tools. So the career outlook, if you see, build AI-driven skills to meet industry expectations and grow in interdisciplinary roles. I was discussing with Principal Madam while reaching to this particular auditorium. We have exchanging of how to build AI into the regular, apart from the regular curriculum, into the college and all. Okay, so later I will, in later slides, I will discuss on this particular topic. This is overview of digital transformation. From paper to digital, I have explained how the banking sector is migrated, how the pharma sector is migrated, and this is an integrated system, improve accuracy, efficiency, and safety across development to patient care. Core technologies: AI decision support, automated lines, EHRS, e-prescriptions, telepharmacy, and analytics. Majority of them we are regularly using. Skills for pharmacists: understand digital workflows and predictive algorithms for industry and hospital roles. Global and Indian context: adoption is accelerating across Indian pharma, hospitals, and research, not just MNCs. So I think you can Google it. There is a hospital in Bangalore. So they have integrated entire hospital with AI, and even they have developed robots for servicing of the tablets and alarming the patient, and they alert to the doctor if any abnormalities or any discomfort to the patient. Patient will directly escalate to the robot, and then they will communicate. I will just let you know the hospital name. I just gone through that particular article, but I could not able to recollect the name of the hospital. So if you go the latest technology shaping in pharmacy, so I am discussing about artificial intelligence till the time, and it is artificial intelligence means it is pattern recognition, decision support, scientific text mining, and adverse event signal detection, and generative drafting for research and documentation. An example is literature screening for target identification. In previously we have libraries, right? Physical libraries. What we do, we go there and we pick a book, and we will desperately spend some time to search the required search for the required information. Now, so the book is digitally available. If you just search whatever the content you want, you will get within no time. Is it right? Similar way, whatever the data that we have fed to the system, or if we implement AI in the industry, the AI tool itself, it captures every single data. It gives in the format however we want. Machine learning and analytics. If you have an interaction with any engineering student, now the artificial intelligence with machine learning is booming now, because every single machine, okay, instead of manual interventions, they are developing artificial intelligence to the machine, so that now we could see ADAS, right? In cars, automatic braking system, automatic sensing system, collision system, all these things are interfaced with the engine by the artificial intelligence tool. So modeling from clinical manufacturing and population data to predict outcomes, optimize formulations, and detect deviations. So I think you might have aware that you will have to report the results when you are doing laboratory exercises, and then if you need to draw a graph, means you will have to take a graph paper, and then you will have to draw X line, X axis and Y axis, and you will have to spot the points, and then you will have to connect it, right? Is it right? I think it may not be now in before your 10th class. Okay, during 7th, 8th or 9th class, they might, no, teachers might have practiced making you to practice that. So if you give feed to this, it will give instantly. It is not, no paper is required, no human intervention is required, the system will automatically will give. Why I am telling these are all the basics. If you see the industrial data, it is huge. So that the data is being generated from various points. It is from equipment, it is from man, it is from instrument, it is from your marketing, it is from your finance, it is from your human resource. Everywhere it is connected. Okay, if you put your content in a single tab, it will capture the data. It will pull the data from all the necessary points and it captures. So for doing this particular exercise, okay, suppose if 100 members are working, if you apply AI tool, so the AI will limit to 10 members, means 9-fold manpower reduction will be there. Why I am emphasizing manpower reduction and all, you people have to empower yourself with the latest tools, then only the industry will accept. You may get the opportunity, I am repeatedly telling you may get the opportunity, but if you want to get success in your future, you will have to adapt this particular latest technology. Even we in Aurobindo Pharma Limited, so we have reduced almost 600 members of manpower by adapting, by incepting this particular AI tool in various departments. Don't worry, you are a beginner, you are having very good future. We targeted a designation from assistant manager to senior manager, because the upcoming students are more intelligent than 5-6 years old industrial experience guy, and you will have to further empower with these particular tools, so that you will give computation to 10 to 12 years of industrial person who is having 10 to 12 years of industrial exposure, right? So automation and robotics, again I just give a brief introduction. Automated dispensing, sensor linked production, visual inspection, robotic sample handling, and digital quality system. Particularly, wherever, if you see the industrial trend, so every single company has to face inspections. You know the inspections? You know FDA? What is that? Yes. Each and every country is having their own law of land. Is it right? Correct? So like majority of the companies wish to supply to United Nations and Japan. Why? Because the selling price in these two regions are significantly high when compared with other regions. Right? So during inspections, how the inspection will be rated based on the output of that particular inspection is, the critical observations are significantly less, then the inspection will be called as true. If the inspection findings are significantly more, then you will not get qualified certificate from any of the agency. If the certificate is not there, you cannot sell your medicine to any of the country. But industry has made a trend of these observations. They have noticed that the major observations, critical observations, are being noticed by the inspectors in sampling. You know the sampling? You will have to manufacture one product and it will be filled in different containers as per the market requirement, and you will have to draw sample from each container. You will have to pull it and then you will have to analyze. Okay. Majority of the instances are reported in that particular area, right? And in production, there are like cross contaminations. Do you have topic of cross contaminations in your career, right? So particularly with respect to cross contaminations while filling, right? So in those areas, they have identified that wherever manual interventions are there the company is significantly getting the observations either in the agency or in the customer audits. So in both the cases, company is struggling. That is the reason why they are implementing AI tools in this area. Okay, digital health and the bioinformatics, telepharmacy we have discussed, wearable link monitoring, omics data, interpretation and software platforms that connect pharmacists with care. So these are all the applications of AI in pharma industry. Pharmacovigilance and safety monitoring. AI analyzes large data sets to predict interactions, flag advertise events, and automate signal detection for safety teams. We have discussed wherever this abnormal spike is there it will send notifications if you incorporate AI. Accelerated drug discovery, it accelerates the drug discovery. Formulation and manufacturing sector, we have just discussed before this particular slide how it is having impact. Clinical decision support and workflow. Tools guide therapy choices and boost productivity, augmenting pharmacists' judgment rather than replacing it. Technological enhancement across pharmacy domains. Machine learning in research. Periodic clinical outcomes, mines real world evidence, and flag population risk pattern to inform regulation and precision medicine. Automation and robotics applied to tablet manufacturing, aseptic processing. You know that aseptic processing? You know, no? Wherever this parenteral drugs are manufacturing. You know what is the meaning of parenteral drug? What is that? Wherever these parenteral drugs are being manufactured, they are aseptic. In remaining areas also, wherever solid oral dosage is manufacturing area also, the aseptic conditions are must be followed, but in parenteral it is more stringent. It is tenfold stringent than the solid oral. Okay, so there also a lot of excursions are there. If you see the past 10 years trend, so those who are manufacturing parenteral drugs, okay, particularly APIs, they are selling their companies. Almost 40% of companies are sold, or they have discontinued their production because they have noticed significant excursions in the aseptic conditions. So that is where the AI tools are implemented. Digital health and telepharmacy, I think it is duplicating. So preparing future pharmacists, students must master digital tools that complement core pharmaceutical responsibilities in modern health settings that we have discussed before starting off this particular session. So now coming to your for this thing. Until this the information what I have provided is clear, or do I need to? Is it clear? Yes. Yeah, thank you. So new age roles and skill pathway opportunities for B Pharmacy, not only B Pharmacy and M Pharmacy and doctor in pharmacy students. So if you see the left side, these are all the advanced skills. If you see the right side, these are all the traditional career opportunities. So emerging entry level roles, AI assisted quality control. If you are familiar with artificial intelligence, don't worry about artificial intelligence, and wherever you are doing your practicals, there you may not be in a position to apply your AI, but you just learn AI how it can be applied. So that will be useful while you are appearing to the interviews. If that particular company is having AI tool, you will be the first prepared person. Okay, digital documentation management, clinical data handling, pharmacovigilance support, and essential skills to build basic data literacy, familiarity with EQMS, electronic quality management system, EDC system, awareness of common AI tools in pharma. So even that, whatever the chat GPT or Gemini AI something is there, no? Those tools, if you use for particularly for these particular AI implementations in pharma industry, you will get some information. You just read. You don't try to understand. Being a student, I am telling you, if you are not able to understand the topic what you are reading, you just by heart it. You just by heart it, and keep it in your mind as and where it is applied, then your mind will recollect the things, then you will be more effectively, you will execute the task more effectively than any others. Okay, so not advanced programming isn't required. Focus on how tech support workflows. Okay, so career pathway, if you see, being a pharmacy candidates, you will be having opportunity in production. You know the production, no? Where these tablets, injections are being manufactured, and quality assurance and quality control also. I missed this, and pharmacovigilance and regulatory affairs. Do you know that regulatory affairs department? Pharmacovigilance and all, you just, I'm recommending, try to avoid this pharmacovigilance because the opportunities in pharmacovigilance are very, very minimal, and you will not get growth also. You will have to start on your own after certain years of experience, certain years of journey pharmacovigilance sector. So in remaining areas, yes, definitely there is an opportunity. Further education options, M-Pharma specializations, yes, I have discussed with the principal. Manichandrika madam. So I will just, after completion of this particular session, I will also have interaction with her, then what kind of course that you can introduce in your college apart from your regular curriculum and all, if time permits. And apart from that, MBA pharmacy, many of the B pharmacy and pharmacy students will think to work as medical representatives, and they start their own pharmacies. Okay, very few students they are looking towards industry, but if you do MBA in pharma management, you can also migrate your career into marketing and procurement and production planning. Those three departments I have missed here because those departments, initially if you work, you will not get anything. You will have to work in any of these three departments apart from pharmacovigilance. Then only you will get a true idea on the product portfolio. Then you can migrate your career into this production planning and inventory control, marketing and procurement. So these advanced opportunities for pharmacy students, AI in drug discovery, accelerated molecule docking, predicts drug target interactions and optimizes candidate selection, formulation development, models excipient behavior and enables virtual experiments to reduce time and cost, clinical research and RWE, big data analytical platform for therapeutic evaluations and support regulatory submissions. So Pharma plus AI tools, interdisciplinary career combinations, that's what I am emphasizing, interdisciplinary career combinations. Pharma plus AI tools, domain expert using low code and AI platforms. Pharma plus data science, analytics, modeling, clinical database, evidence generation. Pharma plus regulatory, safer digital submissions and compliance oriented view. Pharma plus informatics, hospital systems, medicine use evaluation, digital therapeutic support. In US, so I visited US last year. I had one of my cousin is having pharmacy in Las Vegas, and I have just I spent around 3.5 hours in that particular pharmacy I had seen actually. So they are now having this particular AI tool. It is integrated to the government and the hospitals and the persons who are having this insurance, medical insurance. So they give alarm for the medical checkups and medicines that they procure. Even without prescription, they will not give any counter medicines also. Counter medicines are very minimum, that too 1 dot or 2 dot only they will give. They will not give like strips like in India. Okay, so they track every single thing about that particular person. Once if he admitted into the hospital or if he approached for any sort of medical diagnosis, the diagnosis reports also will be available with the pharmacist, and so that he will also give an alarm and alert to the respective doctor for seeking appointment. All those things the pharmacists are doing at abroad. Soon it will be imported into India also. Coming to the academic, and now till the time we have discussed about the opportunities with the combination of AI, with AI and without AI, right? Okay, so I think my session is boring to you guys. I could not see active participants. Okay, but still you bear me another 5 to 10 minutes. I'll finish it. Academic, technical, and professional challenges. Till the time I have just extracted few challenges faced by the pharma students. Okay, including me. I'm basically not from B.Pharmacy or M.Pharmacy background. I'm from MSc background. So in those days, people are not interested to work in pharma industry. That is the reason why we got opportunity and I came to this level by God's grace. But you people are blessed with the lot of knowledge and lot of opportunities. Okay, you people can select what you want on that. Okay. Limited exposure to AI computing. Now current means students where we are doing some sort of interviews. Our expectation is something different, and the output from the students are it is different actually. So limited exposure to AI computing. Traditional crucial often omit AI and data foundations, limiting digital fluency. Students enter advanced tools without core concepts in data, coding, or system. Slide is industry skill gap. Expectations outpace coursework in analytical automation and e-documentation. Graduates must bridge practical tool used with real world workflows. Ethics, privacy, and regulations. Growing use of patient data demands literacy in privacy laws and responsible AI. Pharmacists must apply safeguards and document decisions transparently. So this particular ethics, privacy, and regulation, I just talked about in abroad. In India, it is not empowered, but soon it will be empowered. Automation, anxiety, and evolves roles. Jobs are shifting, not vanishing, towards analytical supervisor and patient-centric work. AI augments decision making, while humans led care over and oversight. So, call to action: pursue continuous learning and hands-on practice with modern tools. Engage early with data, automation, and ethics to say industry is ready. This is core AI and data foundations. Skill development and readiness strategies. Now you will have to empower yourself with this. Build data literacy, grasp AI principles, and understand how algorithms work conceptually. Coding optional. Coding is optional actually. So applied industry experience. Pursue certifications, internships, and workshops in data management, PV tools, regulatory tech, and analytics. Interdisciplinary mindset, blend pharmacy knowledge with the digital skills to boost employability and impact. So lifelong learning and adaptability, stay continuous and agile as AI reshapes role, turn challenges into opportunities. This we have discussed. And the final takeaway for pharma students: AI is an opportunity, right? So use AI to amplify your clinical impact. It enhances, not replaces your role. Why I told you guys know that we are now targeting around 600 people, okay, to take off their jobs. The designation is between assistant manager and senior manager because they are not competent enough to handle the advanced applications, even though they are trained. And I'm just I would say it's a kind of request and industry demand as well. You be familiar with AI tools. Okay, so pharmacy experts leads. Your scientific knowledge is the core. Technology is a powerful layer on top of it. So adapt a growth mindset, embrace new tools, stay continuous and keep returning to stay competitive. So build a future ready career, pursue short courses, seek interdisciplinary exposure and stay adaptable. So this is Pharma enabled profession. Technology enabled pharma profession. For B pharmacy, build strong fundamentals, improve digital fluency and combine pharmacy knowledge with practical tools usage. For M pharmacy students, go deeper into research, analytics, regulatory science and interdisciplinary specializations. For educators, particularly for the management, so update curriculum, connect with industry and create innovation pathways rather than only exam pathways. So the right mindset is neither fear nor hype. It is disciplined adoption. Learn the science, learn the tools and keep patient welfare and professional ethics at the center. That's it from my side. I think thank you. If you need any thank you. You need any clarifications on the topic that I have delivered today, so you can reach out Dr. Mujib. Thank you.
Mr. Muzi given me 20 minutes. I will try to finish it. These are such privileged events that where the one who is sharing the knowledge based on their past experience or the skills or the other inspections history or the personal experiences. During my studies, I don't see this kind of events. Nowadays, it is quite a requirement so that the students can get more knowledge apart from classroom teachings. So it is a privilege for students to utilize these kind of events to learn required skills or knowledge or the way forward, how to get your career, what kind of options that you have. So it is a good event that you can utilize by interacting proactively. So myself, Dr. Sambasiro, I am the Managing Director for Reddy Global Labs. It's a contract research organization where we do clinical research, including BA/BE studies, then clinical trials. This company I have started 4 years back with the experience of 20 years in clinical research. I did my MSc in clinical research and regulatory affairs, followed by PhD in chemistry. And it is because of Mr. Mujib I am here, so that I can share my views in clinical research of the what career paths that you have as a pharmacy graduates or postgraduates. So even he is there and your teachers are there to give you more insights or teach you. I am here for 10-15 minutes so that I can give one or two things that maybe you can attract to those you never heard about those things, so that it will be useful. Again, he has plenty of knowledge. Maybe he will cover more things that you can get onto it. So I know him very well. We are friends for many years. So he is well knowledge. So you people all should congratulate or thanks to him for conducting such wonderful events for yours. So it is very difficult to give you more insights within 15-20 minutes about clinical research, because B Pharmacy is about 4 years and you have many many subjects from discovery, the pharmacology, pharmaceutical analysis, then the pharmacogenomics or whatever you say, these related to epidemiology. So there are many topics, but you have to choose your career path based on your interest. You may not be interested to all 40, 50 subjects. So maybe you will have a spark, or you will have a more knowledge or more understanding towards one subject. Say for example, many of you can means easily attract to plant analysis or plant research. So maybe if you are interested into that, then you have to go into the research of Ayurveda medicines or nutraceuticals or herbal products. Nowadays it is a boom. See, there are different kinds of drugs that we take regularly. One is synthetic small drugs. Then you have peptides kind of large molecules. Those are called biosimilars, vaccines, hormones, peptides. Then small synthetic molecule, you know, those are the drugs which are discovered, and there are so many generic drugs that are coming. Then you have nutraceuticals, that is normal Ayurvedic medicine or plant extracts. Those are coming, and because of recent the COVID pandemic situation, that got enriched so much, and there is a real market for that also. So here I want to cover from starting to the market. So where you have to start, where you have to end, what are the opportunities that you have, how to get into that. So you see, pharma is a broad science, and pharmacist is a bridge between society and the companies, bridge between society and the regulators. You have many opportunities. So you can start your own pharmacy, or you can become an entrepreneur, or you can go into API, or you can go into formulation, R&D, or discovery, or even you can go to production or the regulatory affairs. Then you have clinical research where these drugs are studied in humans. Prior to that, you do have a preclinical animal studies where you will check toxicology, and there are analytical developments will be required. So lot many opportunities are there. Every subject in your course of these 4 years, you become one or two departments in the pharmaceutical environment. So don't think that you have limited jobs, but it depends all about your interest. Sorry. So innovation is always required. Without innovation, you don't get safer medicine. You don't get the development in short time. So that's what there are R&Ds always. They work for smart ways. They work for less budgeted and products. So during this drug discovery, initially, normally if you read your books, it is mentioned it will take 10 to 12 years. Now, as mentioned by Ashok Reddy sir, because of AI, it brought down to 3 to 4 years. So because the speed becomes easy now, and the manual intervention is required limitedly, so that you will have a speed in your research. So there are many discovery labs where they discover new medicines or the generic products or new APIs or the new impurities or the excipients. Final goal is to have a safer medicines to the society without having adverse reactions. So even a excipient, if it is not mixed in required concentration, it may become hazardous to humans. So it is very carefully discovered these medicines and formulated and brought into society for use. So during this process, the compliance means there are regulators who set some standards. If there is a impurity, how much that impurity can be there, so that will not harm. Any medicine brought into the society, if the risks are low and the advantages are high, then only the drugs will come into the market. Maybe I can give one example, thalidomide. So when it is brought into the market, within 1-2 years, there are so many childbirth defects observed, so that the drug has been recalled. We welcome Ms. Divya. So I will not talk about AI because you have an excellent session was delivered by sir. So then it is very important, the quality aspects. Quality is always required. When you have a good quality, then only you will get a compliance according to the regulatory standards. And recently I come across that colleges are collaborating with industries, so that the students can visit the industry, then practically they see what kind of infrastructure is required for a company, or what are the rules that are given to the staff. It is very much required, so that you will get a practical knowledge. Only when you learn in classroom, you may get an idea of the process, but you don't have a practically how it is exactly executed. So when you visit industries, you will have a privilege to experience the infrastructure, the equipment, the SOPs, the process, then the kind of regulatory that is required. So it is very much needed, the collaboration between colleges and the industry. Even we give very good chance to students who are interested to explore into those things. We give internships. If anyone interested, you may approach us. So I will not go into this much, because it was covered already in my earlier sessions. So these are all. So what any company, if they want to discover something, they do discovery research for certain amount of time, then they go to analytical tests. Various tests are conducted to identify the leads. Once they have a good leads, then they go for further toxicology studies in animals, so that safety, then the dose estimation, then the multiple dose effect, whether it is tolerable or not, those things will be evaluated. Once that is done, then it will be tested in humans. You may not be knowing, right? Phase trials, phase 1, 2, 3, 4. The BAV studies are different from these phase trials. Phase trials are particularly required for new drugs or subsequent new drugs, whereas BAV studies are required for generic drugs. You know, generic drug, once the patent is expired for the new drug, any other manufacturers can do a generic version of the same drug, but they have to prove that the bioavailability of that particular drug is matching with the innovator product. So by means of bioequivalence in vivo, these are called in vivo, testing in humans, in vitro, testing in analytical lab. So in clinical trials, these are the fundamentals that we have to set. Ethics is one component. It is, maybe you have studied Declaration of Helsinki. Under good clinical practice, there are 13-14 principles. So you should have a protocol, you should have a informed consent form, you should get it, this protocol get it reviewed by an independent ethics committee or institutional review board. Then you should have a skilled manpower, then you should provide sufficient training to them. Then you should document each and every aspect. Then if there is any event, you have to timely report. So these are all covered in good clinical practice. Good clinical practice is a standard. It's a regulation, we can say that. So there are certain countries who have adopted those ICH, GCP guidelines, and they have regulated them. You know the difference between guidance and regulation, right? How many? No one knows, huh? See, regulation is a law. If you don't follow, it is a crime. Guidance is a scientific approach explained by someone. If you have a more scientific alternative way, it is allowed to follow. You can justify that you have designed that in a scientific manner and is an alternative to the existing guidance. Guidance is not mandatory to follow, but regulation or the gazette is mandatory to follow. Otherwise, you will be in jail. So this is about the formulation development when you are preparing generic drugs. There are certain cases where the formulations could fail at the end of bioequivalence trial because of so many reasons. You know, in clinical research, particularly when you are doing or when you are comparing one innovator product to generic product, lot of variables you have to control, like the environmental standards, the population differences, then the analytical methods that are used, even a temperature in a CPU. CPU means clinical pharmacological unit. So where the volunteers are accommodated, even say for example we have 20 people, we have given test and reference. Say for example out of 22 people are running and remaining all are sitting. Then you know the pharmacokinetics will vary significantly. It means you are allowing your practices to give external variable. Our objective is to compare two products by eliminating all other variables. Our objective is to compare the performance of those two products in respect of bioavailability. So bioavailability, when I say we measure Cmax, then the AUC 0 to T, then the AUC 0 to infinity. These are the primary parameters, whereas there are certain other other parameters also. So you know the importance of generic products. So if it is a new drug, as we mentioned, new drug will take a lot of efforts. It will take almost 5 to 6 years for discovery, then 1 to 2 years for analytical test, then followed by 2 years or 3 years for preclinical, then you have clinical trials for 4 to 5 years. Then all these data will be reviewed by regulatory. It will take around 10 to 12 hours and billions of dollars are required to be invested. So when the product is launched, ultimately they have to get their money back. So cost for the production of a pill 1 rupee, but they have to consider the 12 years spends. So it becomes 500 rupees per tablet. So that is the reason if you go and ask a pharmacist in the pharmacy if it is a branded drug or if it is an innovator product, definitely the cost is very huge. So now once the patent is expires, any other formulator can come into the game. Then they develop a generic product in 2 years and without expanding much. So the cost of pill production is maybe 1 rupee and they can give you at 10 rupees. So 500 is brought down to 10 rupees. So that is generic. So generic drugs are very much cheaper compared to new drugs, and those will be very useful for the society. See, if it is a simple paracetamol where you can take 1 or 2 tablets for 2-3 days, it is okay. Anyone can afford. But in case of treatments like 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, so if you calculate all those medicine costs, it will go into lakhs. So that's where it is important. So to confirm the bioequivalence of generic product, there are various stages. One is in vitro tests, where analytical people will do certain tests, dissolution tests in different media. Then they check the purity. Then followed by they generate a certificate of analysis. Once they feel that their test product is matching with the reference product in respect of analytical tests that are there, then only that will go into human studies. So statistics is always important while evaluating the data that is executed. Every clinical trial is designed based on statistics. Even a sample size, the number of participants that are required, is calculated by using statistics. Statistics of the past data, statistics of the data that is available. And even if you are investing crores of rupees and spending 6 to 7 months time, at the end if you are not getting the positive result, it will be again from zero. We have to start. Resources wasted, money is wasted. So to prevent such incidences, there is a concept of doing pilot studies. So a small group, limited spend, then you will come to know how your formulation is. Based on that result, the pivotal study is designed. Then you will have a positive results where you will submit those results to regulatory. So as you know, every country is having their own regulatory body to control the medicines. Medicines are not like chocolates, right? So medicines you have to use based on the requirement only. And even maybe nowadays people are using even the antivirals also like a OTC drugs. Those are not OTC actually. You cannot use antiviral drugs without necessary. If you start using, your body cells will develop a resistance. Once that resistance is observed in your body, when there is a disease, actual antiviral drugs will not work that time. Then there is no alternative for you. So any bacterial infection or any viral diseases, we should use antiviral drugs. So to control these medicines usage, distribution, I mean the dispensing, then the approvals, so every country has their own regulatories. In India we have a CDSCO. In the same way, USFDA for USA, EU, all countries they have EMA, then TGA for Australia, like that, ANVISA for Brazil. And ICH is a common expert working group where they develop good clinical practice guidances. And countries, whoever wish to follow ICH, they adopt the guidelines and follow. So, if you follow, or when your attitude is in right direction, then compliance will get automatically. You stick to your processes, you stick to your standard operating procedures, then that is the only thing that is required for any person to get compliance. So as a students, you have always you should think about learning. After 25 years of experience, still I learn. It's a regular practice. Means it is every day the world changes. 20 years back, my bioequivalent study protocol was 15 pages. Now it went to 50 pages. Because of the industry changes, because of the regulatory requirements or the ICH guidances. Nowadays, even to prepare this 50-page protocol, if you know something about usage of AI, it will be easy. To prepare 50-page protocol, normally an experienced person can do in 3-4 days. A student can do in 10 days. If you know AI better, or at least idea how to use that, then you can brought into 3-4 days. So you can save time. Apart from what sir mentioned in the earlier presentation, you have lot many other opportunities. My first recommendation would be become an entrepreneur. How many agree? You don't know about entrepreneur or what? How many wish to open their own organization, a company, a shop, a farm? No one. Company owner versus slave. Which one you prefer? Maybe you may be thinking that job is easy to do. Someone will give you job. You start every day at 9 o'clock in the morning, then 6 o'clock you go home, spend some time with the family, then go to sleep, again you start. Whereas if you are a owner of a company, then 24 hours you have to take care of that organization. So there is a lot of much difference between these two. Okay, job is job always. So you have a clinical research organization where you have a medical writer, CRA, paramedic, then you have technicians, you have investigators, you have analysts, you have scientists, you have manager, you have a statistician. Those are all roles that are there in the CROs. Then you have regulatory affairs who support submissions of these NDA, NDA filings to the regulators, dossier submissions. Then you have a quality assurance, quality control, auditors, inspectors, QA managers. Then there are a lot many other opportunities in the discovery, R&D, formulations, APIs. Or you can become an entrepreneur to start a startup. Even government is also encouraging by means of MSMEs or startups. They will give grants. If you have an idea, if it is innovative, there is no problem to get fund. So the governments, they will give you. There are incubators. Even there are many universities, they have incubation centers where you can go and discuss with them that you have some idea. It is innovative. It is useful for society. Then they will give free space. And budget, they will get investors. So attitude is very much required for a person to become anything. So that's what I want to say. When you want to give impact, you should have these ethics, attitude, innovation, quality. Otherwise, you will not show impact. Try to be 1 in 100 or 1 in 1000. Okay? Thank you so much. And I thank